Hey guys, it's Kai, and I'm doing another video game review. Next up, UFC Undisputed 2010 for the Xbox 360. MMA is quite simply an amazing phenomenon right now, and no doubt it is one of the fastest growing sports on the planet, so it was probably only fair that it finally got the game it deserved last year. Based on that success, it was probably inevitable that a yearly update would soon become the norm. Although hopefully the series will not fall into the same trap of stale rehashes that have plagued other sports franchises in years gone by. With a few issues to clean up from last time around, can UFC 2010 really become the undisputed king of genre and keep EA Sports' MMA title on its toes after their big fall release? The masters of the wrestling and MMA genre would be Yukes, and it is easy to see why, as the attention to detail here is nothing short of amazing. The competitors are superbly modeled, and every punch, kick, and grapple looks like it has weight behind it. The introductions, commentary, and interview segments are all flawless when you start out, and the overall representation of the UFC events are spot on. If ever a game has conveyed what it feels like to participate in a sport better than this, then I have yet to see it. Though, as with any sporting title, the more you play it, then the more repetition you will see, and the more you will want to just skip through the glamour and hop straight to the action. Such is the way of things. For anyone who cannot get on the controls with UFC 2009, do not expect an easier ride here, as there are so many areas that have to be covered. Yet again, you have a variety of based attacks on height and reach, plus whether you are striking or grappling. If you learn to use all the new various moves, then the whole thing becomes that much more entertaining, as you can utilize the new sway mechanic to weave away from strikes, counter submission holds, and string together a sweet array of combos. The AI puts up a good challenge though for the most part, more so than last time out, so it makes things that much more interesting. Breaking apart your opponent and then knocking him out with one final flush strike is definitely satisfying and always will be, no matter how many times you watch the replay. The main point of call for most players will be the career mode, and this area has been vastly enhanced, although not necessarily all for the better. The mode is a lot meatier this time around, with a lot more emphasis on you being able to control every aspect of your fighter, starting with a much deeper creation mode. Last time out, you also had to choose from a number of preset fighter types, but this time around, you can steer your chosen combatant in any direction you wish by enhancing any of 16 key areas. You can also attend training camps in order to learn new moves or enhance ones you already have. So if you want to become a superb boxer or a skilled floor combatant, then you can do just that. The only problem with this method is that your fighter can be spread too thin and end up not really being a master of anything. The presentation throughout your career is top-notch though, with an impressive variety of interviews, announcements, and build-up, exactly as you would expect. The commentary is especially impressive as it draws upon your preferred moves and recent results to keep things fresh from match to match again. It does occasionally stray into jaded territory. What does drag the mode down are the weeks between fights, where you can spend your time training to boost your stats, moves, or cred, all of which are necessary to make sure that you are at the top of your game, but soon become a bit of a chore. The fact that the majority of your time is sucked up by them really brings you down from the high of the fighting. It is still a rewarding experience, but one that very much requires you to donate a massive amount of time and patience to get the best out of it. Aside from the career, you can also hop into regular exhibition matches, or set up tournaments to muscle through, both of which are just more of the same, but at least provide more of an instant fix of combat. The event is a bit more interesting, and lets you put together your own pay-per-view offering with all of the razzle-dazzle that you would hope for. However, the best extra comes in the form of the Ultimate Fights mode, which allows you to participate and even change the outcome of a series of classic encounters. Each of them also includes a series of bonus in-fight challenges, which can unlock items upon their successful completion. All of these modes do give you a bit more of choice, but really do not add anything that goes above and beyond what you would find in career mode. For a more involved experience, you really need to go one-on-one with another human, which adds that extra layer of uncertainty to each encounter. There is still a touch of lag to be found when playing online, but other than that, it is smooth sailing. UFC Undisputed 2010 is quite easily the best fighting game of its type on the 360, though it is not quite the great stride forward that you would expect. Newcomers may well be put off by the complexity of the controls, but for a fighting contest this deep, that was always to be expected. If you are prepared to slog through the career mode, then there will be plenty of thrills along the way, mixed in with a bit too much repetition and time spent outside the ring. The best way to play this game is against a friend, where anything can and will happen, just like in the sport itself. UFC Undisputed 2010 is a fine addition to the blossoming franchise. I'm going to give UFC Undisputed 2010 a 9 out of 10. There's still a lot of work to be done, but I'm sure UFC 2011 will be even better. This has been another review by KaiMatthew22. Make sure you go over to my channel, check out my video game reviews, and my COD commentaries. Be sure to comment, rate, and subscribe. Peace.